Now on Coast TV News.
DSU students face charges. What Rehoboth Beach police are revealing after 3 that were involved in that Tuesday night takeover turned themselves in. Plus fast-moving fire. Why responders at this scene are saying it spread so quickly out of Rehoboth Beach home last night.
Well, we're saying so long to our record-breaking heat wave and hello to cool and unsettled conditions heading into the Memorial Day weekend.
This is Coast TV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Thursday, May 21st, 2026. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to Coast TV News Midday. And we begin with an update to that takeover Tuesday night event in Rehoboth Beach. It drew a big law enforcement presence. Coast TV's Grace Eckerly is in our newsroom. And Grace, we are learning about arraignments for several of the suspects wanted by Rehoboth Beach police.
Good morning, Matt. 3 people have turned themselves in with connection with what Rehoboth Beach police are calling a takeover. And video shared with Coast TV News, police were seen telling people to get off the boardwalk. According to police, the suspects are facing felony riot and conspiracy charges. Police say it happened Tuesday night at the area around the bandstand. And according to police, all 4 suspects are Delaware State University students. Now, the 4th suspect, 21-year-old Eric Barnett of New York, is still wanted. Back to you.
More on the arrest. We have more on this takeover event. It's right now on our website, coasttv.com. And it is incidents like that that have the attention of our other coastal communities. Dewey Beach right here is reminding everyone that there is a minor curfew nightly from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Unaccompanied minors are not permitted on the beach or in public spaces during this time. The policy is an attempt to address the crowds of high schoolers who spend senior week in the town. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what is the best approach to manage unruly behavior, and here's a look at some of the early results. We see that 100% of people voting in this poll say crowd behavior is the biggest concern on the boardwalk for takeover events. And we're now taking a live look into Dover, where gray clouds over Delaware's capital city. Our First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt. We had a little cameo appearance of sun early this morning, but the clouds have been dominating our weather this morning. And yes, we're putting to rest our heat wave, which was a record setter. We broke a record on Monday and yesterday with a high of 96. And we're saying so long to the heat and humidity. And look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours. 20 degrees cooler in Dover, 15 degrees cooler in Georgetown. We have overcast skies in Ocean View, 64. Now note the dew point. We were at a 65-degree dew point, so the dew points have dropped about 10 degrees in just a few hours. Still quite mild out there, especially away from the coast. 72 right now in Georgetown, but we do have a northeast wind flow, and the winds are going to be picking up through the afternoon, especially at the coast, with gusts in excess of 25 miles an hour. Most of the shower activity has been well off to our north and west, but this cold front is going to continue sinking southward and then stall just to our south through the weekend. We expect showers to develop through the evening and continue overnight. We are still in a severe drought, so we do need the rain. It is bad timing heading into the weekend. We'll talk about how much rain we could expect to see coming up in that full forecast. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. In extreme weather, it's been hitting the northeast and south heavily in recent days. And Reed Binion shows us from torrential rain and flooding to extreme heat to raging fires. Weather-related threats have struck in several cities.
And then there was this loud, it sounded like almost like a gunshot.
A home in Massachusetts struck by lightning when a powerful storm rolled through the Boston area. Just part of the severe weather impacting parts of the Northeast and South this week. In New York Wednesday, heavy rainfall triggered flash flooding across parts of the city. The downpour dumped about 2 inches of rain in under an hour in some neighborhoods, leaving vehicles stranded in certain areas. Video from Queens showed multiple vehicles submerged in floodwaters.
I've never seen flooding like this, guys. Never. This is historic. See this much flooding in our area.
Footage from a city bus in Queens showed knee-deep waters covering the streets. In neighboring New Jersey a day earlier, the problem wasn't water, but heat. With temperatures so hot, some school districts sent students home early. From the heat in New Jersey to fires in Pennsylvania. According to the Philadelphia Fire Department, at least 2 fires close to the train tracks Wednesday impacted Amtrak service between Philly and New York. Hundreds of miles to the south, Atlanta on Wednesday got hit with flooding at least as bad as what they saw in New York. York. Heavy rainfall caused major flooding on the interstate and left vehicles stranded. Emergency officials said they had to clear several storm drains, but the highway was eventually reopened. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
We're getting details about the sentencing of a Millsboro man for his role in a brutal assault that occurred in August of 2024 when he attacked his estranged wife, stabbing her over 35 times at a home in Seaford. Now, earlier this month, Jerome Powell was sentenced to 25 years in prison, followed by 4.5 years probation. The victim survived that attack after being airlifted to Christiana Hospital for treatment. A fire that occurred late last night in Rehoboth Beach at the Yacht Club and Country Club area. And we spoke to Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company this morning, and they tell us that they received the call for this before 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Lewis Fire Department assisted, and check out some of these images we obtained from them. This was a large fire on Blackpool Road. According to the fire company, one person was inside who was a house sitter. They noticed the fire and got out uninjured. The fire company said it started on the outside of the house, and because of an open floor plan, it spread quickly on the inside to the second floor. Over 5 crews responded to this fire, and it took over an hour to get it under control. And we're just getting started with this edition of Coast TV News Midday. Coming up, shorebirds fill coast. We're seeing more and more of them, and what makes Delaware a favorite stop on their migration.
We've gone from hot and humid to cloudy and cool, tracking showers developing this evening through the overnight, and that will kick off an unsettled stretch of weather through the weekend. Congratulations to Rolacia Jones of Cambridge, Maryland on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. We'll track the rain chances into Memorial Day weekend here in a few minutes.
But first, one pledge, one boardwalk, one tradition that keeps growing. How a weekly gathering in Bethany Beach is bringing locals together, along with veterans and even vacationers, through a show of patriotism and community. That story when Coast TV News Midday continues.
A group in Bethany Beach comes together every Wednesday morning for a tradition that is rooted in patriotism and community. In this week's Coastal Connections, Elisa Weber shows us how people of all ages gather to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, something that's now been going on for 5 years.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m., a group gathers on the Bethany Beach Boardwalk to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Liberty and justice for all.
We've had people come here just off hip surgery. One guy came just having a valve replaced in his heart. You know, it's just one of those things that's got to be important in our lives.
This May marked 5 years since the group first started meeting. Organizers Bill Murphy and Bob Lawless say the weather has never stopped them from showing up.
We've had drizzle happen. We've had snow flurries happen.
Umbrellas once in a while.
But never been stopped because of weather in 5 years.
For attendees like retired Rear Admiral Marianne B. Drew, the gathering is also a chance to connect with others who served.
Every time is its own story because people come up and they talk about where they've served and what they've done.
Well, we really ought to do something about just celebrating the fact that we, the people, are the reason for this country.
In addition to bringing together locals, the group also draws visitors spending time at the beach.
We have visitors who've been down here for their summer vacation who recognize it and come back a couple of years in a row.
Murphy and Lawless say they have no plans to stop anytime soon. So if you're in Bethany Beach on a Wednesday morning at 8:30, they invite you to join. For Coastal Connections, I'm Elisa Weber.
Memorial Day weekend knocking on our door. Unfortunately, Mother Nature did not get the memo, and we are going to see some unsettled weather as we roll into the weekend. Much cooler this morning than where we were just 24 hours ago. Right now we're at 70 in Salisbury. The cold front has pushed through and it's brought clouds. Much cooler temperatures. Dew point 61. We had dew points in the mid to upper 60s this morning, so drier air is moving in. Also, some marine air is beginning to filter into the area. 72 right now, Salisbury, and 72 in Seaford. We're at 63 in Bethany Beach. You can see the winds coming in off the Atlantic out of the northeast. We're going to see some gusts through the afternoon, upwards of 20 to 30 miles an hour. So the rain this morning has been primarily just to the northwest of the I-95 corridor, but you can see the cold front here now sagging south of Delmarva. And we're going to see basically areas of low pressure ride right along this front, basically like a train track as we go really from tonight through the weekend. So you can see precipitation chances ramping up tonight through Friday. So we're going to have periods of rain. We're going to have one tonight, then we're going to have one tomorrow, and then another one Friday into Saturday, and then another one Saturday into Sunday. But the good news is we are trending a little drier the second half of the weekend. Updated drought monitor. We are still in a severe drought throughout all of Delmarva. Look at that red there down through portions of Accomack County. Extreme drought. So yes, we do need the rain, and we are going to get some tonight through Friday. We'll have a chance of showers, and then through at least midday Friday, then we dry out a bit through Friday evening before another round of rain rolls in on Saturday. So we're socked in the clouds. Spotty showers develop through the evening, and then a round of some scattered showers overnight into Friday morning. Those winds are going to pick up, as I mentioned, out of the northeast, gusting to 30 miles an hour. And then by tomorrow, we're gusting in excess of 35 miles an hour. Temperatures lower 70s to upper 60s through the afternoon with a few spotty showers through the evening and overnight. So it's a damp night. 53 in Georgetown, 53 Cambridge with spotty showers and that east wind. So Friday, for all intents and purposes, a nasty day. We're going to have scattered showers in the morning. And then, as I mentioned, we should see a little bit of a lull there in the action before another wave of rain moves in Saturday with some heavier pockets at times. And then we'll have that third wave roll in Saturday night into Sunday morning, the wee hours of Sunday morning. That rain could be heavy at times. But notice as we go into Sunday morning, that wave of rain shifts offshore and we start to dry out. That's a good sign. We'll dry out in the Sunday with an isolated shower chance, and now Memorial Day itself, mostly cloudy skies with an isolated shower chance. Much needed rainfall over the next 3 days. We're looking at upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain with some locally higher amounts through Monday. So your 7-day forecast shows temperatures only in the 50s for Friday and lower 60s Saturday. And then we're right back up into the mid to upper 70s as we head into Memorial Day. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Hope you're having a good day so far here along coastal Delmarva. If you joined us today at 4 on Coast Life, here's what's coming your way. If you are making those summer plans in Ocean City, well, there is plenty to do all summer long. We are going to talk about how you can plan A, your Memorial Day weekend, but B, the whole rest of your summer in Ocean City. That and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
And coming up next, shorebird migration stop, why they make a regular appearance in Delaware. Coast TV News Midday returns in a moment. New this morning, we are seeing a large number of shorebirds along the Delaware coast. According to DENREC, each May, thousands of them take a break from their migration and they feed for several weeks on the massive spawning of horseshoe crab eggs. It's part of their trip from South America to their Arctic breeding grounds. Anticipated tech upgrades are coming to the Salisbury Regional Airport. The Federal Aviation Administration is awarding $1.75 million to Wicomico County for upgrading outdated technology in the air traffic control tower, according to airport officials. Most of the equipment hasn't been replaced in 25 years. Now, this grant will allow the airport to bring its tower up to FAA standards.
With the flight school here from UMES, any given day, there's when school's in session, there's a lot of activity, and that with the new Breeze flights, we're seeing a lot of air traffic.
Rudy says the county is working through bids to get an idea of how much this project will cost, and he says if all goes well, construction is expected to begin by spring of 2027. Still ahead, court renovations begin. The additions taking place in Deauville Beach. Stay with us on Coast TV News Midday. Delaware lawmakers are looking to expand health care coverage for menopause and perimenopause. Senate Bill 319 would require insurance companies to cover medically necessary testing and treatment, including hormone and non-hormone therapy, mental health support, physical therapy, and preventive care. The bill has cleared a Senate committee. It now awaits a vote from the entire Senate. Got some good news for the folks at Gordon's Pond Trail. Cape Henlopen State Park says that trail work is complete and the trail is now open every day. Officials say the contractor has removed their equipment from the parking lot in Rehoboth Beach. However, at Deauville Beach, we have an opposite announcement. Cape Henlopen State Park says the tennis courts there are closed. Crews are preparing to begin resurfacing and painting work next week. According to the park, they are adding pickleball courts and installing new nets on those new courts. Officials say the old ones had to be removed for safety reasons.
A blanket of clouds in Laurel on this Thursday morning, a far cry from where we were yesterday with the heat and humidity. 71 right now and dew point around 58. Temperatures holding in the low 70s. We do stay dry through the afternoon despite the cloud cover. We are expecting showers to develop through this evening. You can always call our Coast TV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. We'll have a look at your 10-day up next.
And coming up today on the Delmarva Sports Network, live DIAA playoff softball when Delmar takes on Smyrna. Then you can catch the final score at 10:30.
And we have cloudy skies out there on this Thursday morning as we are tracking showers back off to our west. Now this cold front is going to be a thorn in our side, unfortunately, over the next few days as it stalls out over the area, and we're going to have rain right along that front. And we're going to have multiple rounds of rain, the first of which comes in tonight through Friday. Friday, a nasty day, 58 degrees. We're going to have wind gusts at the coast, 35 miles an hour with scattered showers, and then we'll have another period of rain Saturday through Sunday. Now, the good news is we are looking at a dry slot there as we go into Sunday afternoon. Good news is we see those temperatures turn milder into Memorial Day, 77 degrees with an isolated shower, and then we turn even warmer into the middle part of next week. Matt.
All right, thanks, Chris, and thank you for watching us here on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us later for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Thursday, everybody.